Good afternoon and welcome back. So friends, let's look at the physiographic regions of India. In the physiographic region earlier I just said India is divided into 6 major physiographic units, in which first one I said the Himalaya. Okay, so let us look at the Himalayas now. The Himalayas. The Himalayas I said about this that this particular region, it is a young fold mountain of tertiary orogeny. I told you, tertiary period it was formed. Himalaya is formed in a tertiary period. Again, if I will continue with this, it developed due to the convergence of Eurasian and the Indo-Australian plate. It developed due to the convergence of Eurasian and the Indo-Australian plate and subsequent folding of the Tethys geosyncline. Again I am saying it developed due to the convergence of Eurasian and the Indo-Australian plate and subsequent folding of the Tethys geosyncline. Okay. So what is this Tethys geosyncline? First, it developed due to the convergence of Eurasian and Indo-Australian plate. You remember that type of plate what are the major types of plates? You remember that? And subsequent folding of the Tethys geosyncline. Let me show you, if you remember that particular yes, we have discussed earlier, if you remember, that here is the Indian plate. One side you have the Indian plate. This is the Indian plate, you remember that, and this is Eurasian plate. Here you have formation of the Himalaya. This is the Himalayan formation. ये Indian plate है, Indian plate ऐसे गया है. This side you have Eurasian plate. They form, and this is here is the Himalaya. If you remember, earlier we have discussed this, and the migration of this plate also I did discussed. about the migration of the plate. I mean the gradual movement of the plate. प्लेट कैसे ये मूव किया और ये सब आपको बताया था पहले भी आपको, अगर आपको याद हो. and also I did said about how a mountain was formed because of these two, continental plate convergence. Continental plate convergence leads to how the mountain formation, isn't it? Formation of the mountain we have discussed. यू रिमेंबर दिस डायग्राम? मैं वही डायग्राम दिखा रहा हूं जो पहले आपको प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स में हमने दिखाया था, इसलिए दैट्स लाइक आई हैव जस्ट टेकन अप दिस, ये सब डायग्राम को लिया हूं मैं। देखिए आप, हियर इट इज द हिमालय, दिस इज कॉन्टिनेंटल क्रॉस, दो कॉन्टिनेंटल प्लेट आर देयर, and here it is Indo-Australian plate, and this is here is Eurasian plate. You remember that both the plates, while they converge, this side it came and this side this one. In between we have mountain formation. The mountain here is the Himalayan mountain system which developed. The Himalayan mountain system developed in between them. Okay, so this is what I told you. Whenever this plate moved in this particular direction, gradually there was like the oceanic surface, whatever it had, the oceanic surface, because of continuous sedimentation, it formed a geosyncline. That geosyncline, Tethys geosyncline, which I said, that is the Tethys geosyncline which I told you. Okay, so let us see now if it is there. Like so convergence of Eurasian plate and Indo-Australian plate and subsequent folding of the Tethys geosyncline. Now what is a geosyncline? I have already discussed earlier, but still some of you may have some difficulty on this. So let me tell you what is a geosyncline. This is the level of water here. ओके, ये जो है ना, ये बताता है कि gradually the sediment goes down because the sediment moved downward, gradually moved downward. So you have like compression here, and because of this type of compression, what happened here in this case, because of the compression, subsequently there is deformation, and the formation of this type of folding. This is folded. This rock strata got here folded, and this is forming like this type of, ये जो है ना, ये जो squeeze कर जाएगा, so you have from below you have like this type of, ये जो है ना, squeeze करने के बाद material जो है middle में जो sediment है वो squeeze कर गया. This is what they said, like okay, this one is your Indian plate or Indo-Australian plate, and in the upper side, this side you have the Eurasian plate. You have Eurasian plate. Those plate in between you have formation of the Tethys geosyncline. This is Tethys geosyncline. This Tethys geosyncline subsequently got squeezing of this, and because of the squeeze, here you have development of this particular folding of this region and formation of the mountain, fold mountain of Himalaya. Okay, this leads to the subsequent folding and development of the mountains. Okay, folding of the rock strata and formation of this mountain. ये फोल्डिंग होके ही बनाई है, टेथिस जियोसिंक्लाइन से ही बने, ये कंप्रेशन से बना है. दिस इज व्हाट इट इज सेइंग. दिस थ्योरी टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस ओनली. So anyway, now you can go back to that particular lecture. You'll find out that Indo-Australian and Indo-Australian and the Eurasian plate convergence, formation of geosyncline, Tethys geosyncline, folding of the Tethys geosyncline. So convergence of Eurasian and Indo-Australian plate, subsequently folding of Tethys geosyncline leads to formation of this. Now यहाँ पे कैसा रहा देखो आप, अगर ये if this is the plate here, if this is the Eurasian plate, this is the Eurasian plate, and this side you have Indo-Australian plate, and the formation of here, this is at the Tethys geosyncline. This is here is the Tethys geosyncline, which I told you. ये Tethys geosyncline formation हुआ because of these two. And the Tethys geosyncline finally it is like this. This is Indo-Australian plate, this is Indo-Australian plate, and this is here is the Indo-Australian plate, this is Indo-Australian plate, is not it? Indo-Australian plate और इंडियन प्लेट जो भी है, यूरेशियन प्लेट, दोनों प्लेट जब कन्वर्ज किया तो जियोसिंक्लाइन फोल्डिंग होके ये बना. दिस इज व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू. दिस टाइप दे आर डेवलप. So from, as we have already discussed earlier, okay, already we have discussed earlier about this. Formation of this geosyncline. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस जियोसिंक्लाइन लीड्स टू, ये जियोसिंक्लाइन फॉर्मेशन से ही हुआ है, फोल्डिंग ऑफ दिस, स्क्वीजिंग ऑफ दिस सेडिमेंट ऑफ टेथिस जियोसिंक्लाइन लीड्स टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द हिमालय. जियोसिंक्लाइन का डेवलपमेंट हुआ, जियोसिंक्लाइन की स्क्वीजिंग हुआ, बिकॉज ऑफ द स्क्वीजिंग ऑफ दिस जियोसिंक्लाइन दैट सब्सिक्वेंटली वी हैव फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द हिमालय. दिस हिमालय वाज फॉर्म्ड in a phased wise manner. Gondwana land से ये जमीन, I told you earlier how it drifted away and this is as formation was there. I hope you remember all those things. सब याद है ना ये formation of this. So क्या बना फिर finally? Let us say in this way the mountains have formed in this way. See, as I have already given you earlier, like in this way it was there. So how is this? Let us see. This is where the regions known as, this is Karakoram range. Ladakh range. This is Kailash range. This is Jaskar range. Jaskar range. A range of Himalaya. This is Greater Himalaya or Himadri range. Himadri or Inner Himalaya. Then you have here Lesser Himalaya or Himachal range. Lesser Himalaya or Himachal range. Then highly fragmented few mountains you have here. This is known as the Shivalik or Sub-Himalaya. Shivalik or Sub-Himalaya here. Okay, this is, here is, you remember these regions as I did mention earlier. Here you have the mountains which are parallel to each other. These Himalaya ranges are parallel to each other. This region, मैंने कहा ये Trans Himalaya. You have a here a fault line developed in this region. Between these two also there is a fault line. And between Shivalik and Greater Himalaya also there is a fault line. And beyond this also there is a fault line. Great Plain, Northern Plain, and this one. This is different name here you have. This is known as the Indus-Sangpo Suture zone. It is called as the Indus-Sangpo Suture zone. ये फॉल्ट लाइन कैसे हुआ? बिकॉज ऑफ मोर कंप्रेशन, यू नो, जब ज्यादा कंप्रेशन हुआ तो बीच में टूटा है. दिस इज ITSZ. इट इज नोन एज द ITSZ. ओके, ऐसे ही आपका इनका नाम अलग अलग है. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, दिस इज द ITSZ. हियर it is called as the HFF. Himalayan front fault. You will get these things in your NCERT also, if you can see. Can you see your NCERT? You will get it. Is there Himalayan front fault is there? देखो अपना Himalayan front fault लिखा होगा. Is it there in your NCERT? Main central thrust or MCT. Great Himalaya and Lesser Himalaya. Great Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya. This is MCT. Main central thrust. This here is known as the MCT, main central thrust. Main central thrust. Main central thrust here. then you have here MBT. MBT, main boundary thrust. Main boundary thrust मतलब ये फॉल्ट लाइन है, ये भी HFF भी एक फॉल्ट लाइन है, ITSZ also a fault line, MCT also a fault line, MBT also a fault line. All these are fault lines here because of more compression. MBT. You got it? ये सब थ्रस्ट फॉल्ट लाइन है। क्यों होता है आपको बताया था मैं पहले, नेपे फॉर्मेशन होता है। जैसे इफ आई विल गिव मोर प्रेशर से, इफ लेट अस से इफ आई विल गिव मोर प्रेशर टू दिस, ना प्रेशर दिया, ये फोल्ड हुआ, इफ आई विल गिव मोर प्रेशर फ्रॉम वन साइड इट विल कॉट हियर एंड गेट डिस्प्लेस्ड। हो गया, होता है ना ऐसे। दिस इज व्हाट लाइक वन साइड मोर thrust leads to this type of. I told you earlier Nepe formation, recumbent fold, if you remember. Nepe and recumbent fold. Do you remember that? In the class I have discussed that in the geomorphology class. So you have all these things like, you know, IT Indus Sangpo suture zone, main central thrust, main boundary thrust, Himalayan front fault, like this one by one. You have so many parallel ranges. Parallel is a parallel thrust plane. Parallel fault lines were developed. Parallel fault lines, all these fault lines are very important, you remember. And we have different mountains. Subsequently, as I told you, we have the first, the Greater Himalaya. So we can say this entire zone, ये जो है पहला, ये था क्या, ये these zones are called as what? They are known as Trans Himalaya. Trans Himalaya, हिमालय की Trans Himalayan range 3 है. These are older here. Beyond the Greater Himalaya, these are beyond the Greater Himalaya. Then you have the Great Himalaya. It is a fold mountain. Parallel to this, you have Lesser Himalaya. Then you have the Shivalik range. Okay, clear है? यहाँ तक हो गया. Let me move now to the next, saying that characteristics of each of them. Characteristics of each of them. Characteristics of each of them. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. Done. मैं आगे देखता हूँ आगे क्या है, बताते हैं अभी। काराकोरम, लद्दाख, जस्कार, ग्रेटर हिमालय, लेसर हिमालय, शिवालिक रेंज, ये सब है। आई होप यू गॉट इट। अभी हम चलते हैं पहले, फर्स्ट लेट अस सी व्हिच वन, द ट्रांस हिमालय, नंबर 1, द हिमालय, द ट्रांस हिमालय, ट्रांस हिमालय। In fact, Himalaya can be divided into Trans-Himalayan region, okay, Himalayan mountain region and northeastern mountain range and Purvanchal hill. Okay, we can divide it, the entire northern mountain into this fold mountain into 3 parts. So पहला है Trans-Himalaya. So Trans-Himalaya it includes, मैंने कहा आपको, it includes Karakoram range, काराकोरम रेंज, लद्दाख रेंज एंड जस्कार रेंज। सो पहले काराकोरम को देखिए, लुक एट योर एटलस, पेज नंबर 10 में देखो या 12 में देखो, पेज नंबर 12 इन योर एटलस और 10 इन योर एटलस, चेक इट आउट। यू विल फाइंड आउट दैट इन फिजिकल मैप ऑफ जम्मू कश्मीर में देखिए आप, ओके, फिजिकल मैप ऑफ जम्मू कश्मीर, और यू कैन सी द इंडिया फिजिकल मैप। जम्मू कश्मीर विल बी बेटर, जम्मू कश्मीर में यू विल सी काराकोरम रेंज इज देयर। राइट हैंड साइड में देखो कॉर्नर में है Karakoram. Karakoram range, it is a part of the Trans-Himalaya, I said. It is a part of the Trans-Himalaya, Tibetan Himalaya, other known as the Tibetan Himalaya. Trans-Himalaya और तिबेतन हिमालय बोलते हैं इसको, क्या बोलते हैं? TIBETAN, तिबेतन हिमालय. Trans-Himalaya also called as the Tibetan Himalaya, remember this. Trans-Himalaya also called as the Tibetan Himalaya. It is located to the north of Great Himalaya. Karakoram, Ladakh and Jaskar bola main. Karakoram is called the backbone of High Asia, it is. It is the northernmost range and backbone of High Asia. High Asia. Okay, Karakoram range. Karakoram range, can you see this range? The Karakoram extends from northwest to southeast, from Ladakh to Indo-China border. Extends from Ladakh to Indo-China border. Okay. So it extends from Ladakh to Indo-China border. Okay, highest peak. Can you tell me what is the name of the highest peak? Highest peak of Karakoram range. Is highest peak of Karakoram range. What is that? Highest peak of Karakoram range is anyone? K2 or Godwin Austen. Can you see that? K2 or Godwin Austen. K2 or Godwin Austen. Highest peak of Karakoram is K2 or Godwin Austen. Okay, again I am saying highest peak of Karakoram is K2 or Godwin Austen. K2 or Godwin Austen, and this mountain, this K2 or Godwin Austen, it is again outermost, northernmost, I told you, it is outer or northernmost here. Here you have the famous Karakoram range at Siachen Glacier, located on it. Siachen Glacier is on it. Okay. Remember one thing. If you look at the internal structure of this particular mountain, then you will be surprised to know that inside this mountain there are volcanic igneous material. Okay, igneous rocks are present at the core of the Karakoram range, Karakoram mountain or Karakoram range. Core of the Karakoram range we have igneous mountains. Okay, igneous mountain are there, igneous rocks are there in this core. इसका जो अंदर का खुदाई करेंगे तो मिलेगा आपको ये. क्यों लगता है कोई volcanic eruption हो रहा था और आधे में रह गया. The volcanic lava didn't came out. Only metal got solidified inside maybe. you have Karakoram gneiss जो है ना, because of more pressure granitic material got turned into gneiss. Gneiss is the metamorphic rock, you know it. Okay, these are like this. So beyond this you have, beyond this mountain you have the Ladakh range. Can you see that? Second range is Ladakh range. Ladakh range located parallel to the Karakoram range, to the Karakoram range. Located parallel to the Karakoram range. Ladakh is located parallel to Karakoram range. Okay. Ladakh is located parallel to the Karakoram range, Karakoram mountain range. Okay. Ladakh is located parallel to the Karakoram mountain range. You remember this. I hope you got it now. Okay. There is not such much heat. Peaks are comparatively less height, not very important for us. Then you have Jaskar range. Jaskar range. Remember, this is the southernmost, I said, southernmost Trans-Himalayan range. And remember that this is here, Ladakh and Jaskar in between. The river, which river is there? River Indus drains between the two mountains. कौन सा? Ladakh and Jaskar range. Between the Ladakh and Jaskar range. River Indus drains between Ladakh and Jaskar range. River Indus drains between the Ladakh and Jaskar range. Okay. River Indus drains between the Ladakh and Jaskar range. Indus river drains between Ladakh and Jaskar. Fine. So this is something about these mountains. Let me now move on to the Greater Himalaya. अच्छा, आप एक देखा है आपने पामीर नॉट से सब रेडिएट होते हैं. I have already earlier drawn this. In fact, if this is the Pamir knot, आपको याद है that I have already earlier shown you this. पहले बनाए थे ना एक ऐसे माउंटेन था. This is here is Hindu Kush. Here is Himalaya. This is the Hindu Kush, Pamir range, Hindu Kush, Tien Shan. This is Kunlun Shan. I hope you remember this. This is the Himalayas. These are here Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar, Kailash. Suleiman Kirthar. These are the range. Suleiman, Pakistan. Suleiman and Kirthar range, you can see that in Pakistan. So these are the Pamir mountain, and here you have the Tibetan plateau. In this region you have Tibetan plateau regions. Tibetan plateau is located here. Can you see this? We will find out this. Tian Shan, Kunlun Shan, Hindu Kush, Himalaya. This is Suleiman and Kirthar. Kirthar range and Suleiman range. Suleiman and Kirthar. Two parts you have, Suleiman and Kirthar. The Himalayas plays a very significant role, in fact, in shaping the Indian subcontinent. The Himalaya, you see, like a guard, like this is guarding the entire northern part. It is guarding the northern part. You can see this. It is guarding the northern part of India. Isn't it? Can you see this? Chaliye, let us look at now the Great Himalaya. I will go for the Great Himalaya now. After this, let us move on to the Great Himalaya, Great Himalayan range, Himadri range, or main Himalaya. It is this one. We have already discussed about this. We did discussed about Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar. Kailash range आप इस बारे में लिख सकते हैं. Kailash is an extension of the Ladakh range. Note down this much. Kailash range is an extension of the Ladakh range. Ladakh range की एक extension है Kailash range. Kailash range is an extension of the Ladakh range. Kailash is an extension of the Ladakh range. Okay. Again I am saying Kailash range is an extension of the Ladakh range. Okay. Done. Kailash range is an extension of Ladakh range. यहाँ तक clear है सभी को? Let me now move on to this Greater Himalaya. Himalaya के ऊपर चलते हैं Greater Himalaya में. Greater Himalaya the main Himalaya is this. Also it is called as the Inner Himalaya, or otherwise called as the Himadri range. Himadri range. Greater Himalaya, Inner Himalaya, Himadri range. This is the most important one. Greater Himalaya, Inner Himalaya, Himadri range, know the snowy mountain it is, like and this is the highest peaks, most continuous and highest, most continuous and highest mountain system in the world. Okay, most continuous and highest mountain system in the world. It has permanently snow-capped peaks, so called as, इसलिए क्या कहते हैं, so it is called as Himadri. Himadri mean Snow. Adri means cover. Permanently covered with snow. So it is called as Himadri. It is called as Himadri because it is permanently covered with snow. It is a permanently snow covered peak. Snow covered mountains. Permanently snow covered mountain. So it is known as Himadri. This mountain is called as Himadri because it is permanently snow covered one. It is permanently snow covered one. Okay. Another point. The out of 10 highest peak in the world, if you look at 8 are in Himadri range only. So note down here, almost all major highest peaks of the world, they are present here. Okay, note down here, almost all major highest peak of the world are located here. Let me draw this up. उसी पे draw करिए please. What are the peaks? For an example, we have, as you know, this is here is the Nanga Parbat. You remember that? Nanga Parbat is the, यहाँ से ऐसे है ना, Nanga Parbat. I have already drawn earlier. Here is the Nanga Parbat, the northernmost this side, and here you have the Kanchenjunga. I have already said Kanchenjunga, Kanchenjunga and Nanga Parbat. Two, you got it. Okay. Now, what are the other peaks here? Here you have Nanda Devi, Nanda Kot. Here you have Mount Everest. Mount Everest is in Nepal. Can you see that? Mount Everest is there. Here you go. Mount Everest is here. Okay. So you can say Mount Everest. Then we have Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga. Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga. Mount Everest is here, Kanchenjunga is here. Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga. Then we have Makalu. This side we have here Makalu. Makalu is there. Here we have Dholagiri. Here we have Annapurna. These are some of the important peaks I have just given. Here is a peak, here is a peak, here is a peak. These are the peaks here with height No, measure height here. Mount Everest, 8848 है ना. Meter. 8848 is in a Mount Everest. Kanchenjunga is 8598 meter. 8598 meter. Second highest here. These are two very important one. You must remember. Makalu, 8481 meter. You don't have to remember everything, but you should remember these 4-5 peaks जो भी है ना, इसको तो याद कर लीजिए. This much you must remember. You may remember these peaks. This will be enough for you. Okay. In the Himalaya, as I said, the height of the Himalaya is more towards the east. Nepal Himalaya ये region में बताया था ना मैं आपको. Nepal Himalaya. Nepal Himalaya has more loftier than the and narrower than the Western Himalaya. Note down here. This is here is Nepal से right side Eastern Himalaya. This is right left side Western Himalaya. Note down one point here that Western Himalaya is wide and has moderate height, but the Eastern Himalaya is broad, is narrow. It is narrow and loftier. Narrow and loftier. I mean, it is narrow and height is more. Western Himalaya is narrow and height is more. Western Himalaya is wide and has a moderate height, but Eastern Himalaya is narrow and loftier, higher. Okay. The Nepal Himalaya part of the Eastern Himalaya has highest peak in the world. Highest peak in the world, which is called as Mount Everest. There is a Mount Everest, or this is known as Mount Everest or Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha. It is the South Sagarmatha or Mount Everest. Mount Everest or Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha or Mount Everest. Okay. So these are certain things. Hope you got it. Is it clear? Done. Now parallel to this we have the next mountain here. आपको बताना चाहूँगा एक चीज़ देखिए आप, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. ये हिमालय जो है ना, दिस इज लाइक एज आई सेड इट गोज लाइक दिस। और आपका एक माउंटेन है, कौन सा है ये? द हिमाचल हिमालय। If you'll see, this is the greater Himalaya. This is the lesser Himalaya. This side you have the lesser Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya. Or you can say lesser Himalaya or Himachal Himalaya. Himachal Himalaya. ग्रेटर हिमालय और हिमाद्री। आपका ये जो एरिया है यहाँ पे, दिस एरिया इज द काश्मीर वैली। काश्मीर वैली। दिस एरिया इज द काठमांडू वैली। काठमांडू वैली in Nepal. This mountain here is called as, ये माउंटेन का नाम क्या है? ये जो इसके, ये माउंटेन का नाम है पीर पंजाल रेंज। पीर पंजाल रेंज। I mean Pir Panjal is a part of lesser Himalaya. And this side you have the Mahabharat range. This is Mahabharat range. I mean Mahabharat range is a part of the lesser Himalaya. Pir Panjal and Mahabharat range, both are here. Are you getting me, all of you? ये नेपाल में है। ऑलमोस्ट मिल जाते हैं यहाँ पे। और आप इंडिया और नेपाल का बॉर्डर अगर देखेंगे, ये जो है ना, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली, दिस पार्ट इज इन नेपाल। ये नेपाल की तरफ आ जाएगा काठमांडू वैली से। उत्तराखंड के बाद नेपाल है, तिब्बत हो जाता है, तिब्बत नेपाल। ओके, तिब्बत के पास ये कन्वर्ज कर रहा है। सो लेट अस लुक एट नाउ लेसर हिमालय पैरेलल टू द, why do we affix the term inner or outer before Himalaya? Do they signify something? Yes, yes, of course. Shubhasri, you are absolutely correct here. ये जो क्वेश्चन है ना, इनर और आउटर हिमालय, देखो ये इनर हिमालय, आउटर हिमालय जो भी बताते हैं बिफोर द हिमालय, बिकॉज आप इस तरफ देखो ना, अर्लियर व्हिच आई सेड, अर्लियर आई हैव गिवन यू वन डायग्राम showing all these mountains. मुझे बताओ ये इनर हिमालय हुआ कि नहीं? इनर मोस्ट है कि नहीं? है ग्रेटर हिमालय, इनर हिमालय, इनर मोस्ट हिमालय है। देखो अमंग द रेंजेस इनर मोस्ट। मगर इफ वी लुक एट ये इनर मोस्ट हिमालय we'll look at all these entire Himalayan system as a whole. Okay. आउटर हिमालय क्यों कहते हैं? आउटर हिमालय, लेसर हिमालय हाइट इज लेस, सब हिमालय, हिमालय की it is the latest one, sub Himalaya. Likewise, you know, we have given this term very usually we are using, right? Clear hai? I'll go for now the lesser Himalaya again. In the lesser Himalaya, I said greater Himalaya only. Now coming to the lesser Himalaya or Himachal Himalaya. Lesser Himalaya is parallel to the Great Himalaya or the inner Himalaya or Himadri range. अच्छा, आपको बता दूं, ग्रेटर हिमालय का एवरेज हाइट था 6100 मीटर. विड्थ वाच मैं ये नहीं लिखा. इफ यू वांट टू राइट यू कैन, लाइक इन द ग्रेटर हिमालय और इनर हिमालय, हियर एवरेज height is 6100 meter and width is 25 kilometer. Height is 6100 meter, width is 25 kilometer. You remember this. Average height 6100 meter in case of greater Himalaya. In case of the lesser Himalaya, it goes down. In case of lesser Himalaya, average height varies from, do you know what is the average height of this region? Average height is 3700 to 4500 meter. Average height varies from 3700 to 4500 meter. इसका मतलब क्या है? It has greatest variation. It means it has the greatest variation. Relief variation is more here. कहीं पे बहुत हाइट होगा माउंटेन का, कहीं पे बहुत ही कम हो जाता है. Relief variation is much high here. It means, so average height varies from 3700 to 4500 meter. Lesser Himalaya is parallel to the Himadri range, I said. Another very important point here. Average width also. Average width कितना है? Average width is 80 kilometer. 80 kilometer. मतलब broad है ये. It is broad. It has different ranges. It has different name at different places. ऐसे different places. Example, Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal range in Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. Dhauladhar range in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Pir Panjal range, Kashmir. In Kashmir it is Pir Panjal. You must be knowing about this Pir Panjal Pass, Banial Pass, etc. You know, Jammu and Kashmir में जो है. Dhauladhar range. Okay, Dhauladhar range. So Jammu Kashmir to Uttarakhand, this entire regions. Himachal Pradesh, mostly it is, to Uttarakhand. Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, UK also, Dholadhar range. Third is Mussoorie range. Mussoorie range is in Uttarakhand. Mussoorie range is in Uttarakhand. Nag Tippa. Nag Tippa in Nepal and Uttarakhand, these regions. Mahabharat range. Mahabharat range in Nepal. Sir, if you could discuss the passes present in the name. Yeah, definitely I'll discuss. Discuss about this passes here also. It is important also. First, you see the arrangement of this Mahabharat range in Nepal में है ये. Kashmir Valley and Kathmandu Valley, as I have just mentioned earlier, they are Kashmir Valley is between Pir Panjal and Greater Himalaya. Pir Panjal and Greater Himalaya, Kashmir Valley. And Mahabharat and the Greater Himalaya, it is Nepal, Kathmandu Valley. Two valleys are there, as I said. Yes, they are. We can see that. Pir Panjal range and Mahabharat range. Pir Panjal is between Jammu, the Raj, for Pir Panjal and the Greater Himalaya, you have the, in Jammu, Kashmir, you have the Kashmir Valley. Mahabharat range and your Mahabharat range and look at here, Pir Panjal and Greater Himalaya, Kashmir Valley, Kathmandu Valley, it is between Mahabharat and the Greater Himalaya. ये Greater Himalaya है, ये Greater Himalaya है. Okay, so these valleys, two valleys are here. I hope you got it now clear to you, right? Is it clear to you? Clear है? Okay. Now very important is in these mountains, in these hills or the mountains, in the Himalayan range, in the Himalayan range, क्या है यहाँ पे? In the Himalayan range, there are pasture, there are seasonal grasses or pasture called as bugayal, payar or marg, etc. It is called as bugayal. Bugayal or payar in Uttarakhand. Bugayal or payar in Uttarakhand. Okay, and in Kashmir known as marg. मार्ग में काश्मीर में बोलते हैं क्या? ये मार्ग, ये उत्तराखंड एंड हिमाचल प्रदेश, they are called as bugayal or payar. These are pasture meadows. Pasture meadows. They are called as different. So in this way you have Gulmarg, Sonmarg, you know. ये मर्ग से ही हो गया आपका कश्मीर में गुलमर्ग, सोनमर्ग, and you have the Tanmarg. गुलमर्ग, सोनमर्ग and Tanmarg. देखो आप गुलमर्ग, सोनमर्ग and Tanmarg. These three are there. Gulmarg, Sonmarg and Tanmarg. Okay, done. I hope you got it now. इतना क्लियर है क्या सभी को? बुगयाल, पायार, मर्ग. चलिए ठीक है. These regions, this particular area, is known for also a lot of hill stations. Most of the hill stations are located in this zone. यहीं पे ही है. For an example, as you said out Gulmarg, Pahalgam, they are in Kashmir. This is also in Kashmir. We have also Dalhousie, Manali, Kullu, Dharamshala, Shimla, all these are in हिमाचल प्रदेश. हिमाचल प्रदेश में ये सब है. We have also the hill station. These are of these regions. We have also hill stations in your, for example, Uttarakhand, Auli, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Nainital, all these, like, they are in the Uttarakhand. They are in Uttarakhand. We have also Darjeeling, Kalimpong. Darjeeling, Kalimpong, it is West Bengal. You see that this is here is like, these are the regions here located in the lesser Himalaya part here. Darjeeling Hill, lesser Himalaya, उधर पे lesser Himalaya में आ जाते हैं दार्जिलिंग के पास. So this side is almost, the height of these hills gradually decreases, no doubt, this side. But you have this type of all these, hill stations are there. So it is very well known for tourism. Well known for tourism. This region is known for tourism. Okay. It is well known for tourism. There are different. After this, let us look at now the lowermost part. What is that? I said about the Himachal. This is the Shivalik range. Shivalik range. Shivalik range, the youngest Himalayan range, parallel to the greater the Himalayan system, the lesser Himalaya. It is highly fragmented. It is highly fragmented. Why? Highly fragmented due to the erosion by which river? Due to the erosion by the Himalayan river system. Due to the erosion by the Himalayan river system. Himalayan river system. Due to the Himalayan river system. Okay. It is due to the Himalayan river system. Is it okay? So Shivalik range is here. Shivalik range, the outermost, the youngest Himalayan range parallel to the lesser Himalaya. It is highly fragmented due to the erosion by the Himalayan river systems, and this Himalayan range, Shivalik range, it is also, as I said, Shivalik range is having its height if you will go for now very low, it is 1500 meter, 900 to 1500 meter height, average height is around 1500 meter. Highly fragmented it is. It has different name at different places also, like it is known as you know about you have Jammu Hill. Jammu Hill is a good example here. Jammu Hill. Then you have the Vaishno Devi is there. Vaishno Devi shrine, is located on this part, Katra. Near Katra, it is like this hill regions. Trikut Hill. Both in Jammu. Okay, they are good example here. Dhang range, Churia Muria Hill. All these, good example here. They are located towards the Uttarakhand. उत्तराखंड के तरफ आपको मिल जाएंगे ये. Remember one thing, the valley that separate the Shivalik range from the lesser Himalaya is known as dune. Okay, लिखो, the longitudinal valley between the lesser Himalaya and Shivalik range is called as क्या कहते हैं इसको? It's called as dune. It is called as dune. Okay. Dehradun, Patli Dune, Chumbi Dune, Dehradun, Patli Dune, Chumbi Dune, etc. is there. Kotli Dune also in Jammu में है. Kotli Dune आई थी. Kotli Dune in Jammu, Patli Dune in Dehradun in Uttarakhand, Chumbi Dune सिक्किम में है, सिक्किम के पास है. Okay, these are certain things which 120 to 190 it was given, average I said about this 20 kilometer, not 190 in fact. Yes, it is there, up to 120 you have, but 190 नहीं है, उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. In fact, it varies. There are some places where it have width is more, but as such, the Greater Himalaya is narrow one. आपका ये जो Greater Himalaya is wider in the Ladakh region. Ladakh area में थोड़ा wide है. It is around in some regions 100 किलोमीटर 120 किलोमीटर भी जाते हैं. 190 तक तो मतलब वो extreme cases है, average में तो नहीं होगा वो. This is what is, you can rectify that. 180, that is like average value will talk, it is less from both sides if you will go for this. आप average अगर जाएंगे, in somewhere we have less than even 7 kilometer even width is there. Even we have the 7 kilometer width. So वो बहुत ज़्यादा variation है. Greater Himalaya है, Greater particularly नेपाल पे narrow है. नेपाल और इस region में पूरा narrow है. As compared to this part, very narrow. चलिए ठीक है, fine. We need to see that that variation जो है ना 20 जो बोला 20 in some cases narrow part also located towards the नेपाल. ये नॉर्थ की तरफ बहुत ब्रॉड भी है. सो वेरिएशन ज़्यादा है यहाँ पे भी, मगर इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है जो बुक में दिए हैं. We'll check it out again. I'll see. Errata I will give you if it is there. Tomorrow I'll say about this one. And anyway, wherever data having any problem, please look at the Gazette of India. Government document you have to follow. Gazette or Survey of India. In the Gazette, what is written? Volume 1 of Gazette is given this. Land and people जो है ना उस पे दे रखा है, जो देखिए Government of India. So we need to see. Let me again check it out. Okay, thank you. I just said about the Dehradun, Patlidun, Chumbidun, Kotlidun, all these are. Another point you have, that is Dwar. What do you mean by Dwar? It is D-U-A-R. Dwar. Okay. Dwar, there are terms like, Haridwar, Bengal Dwar. These are same. Slopy, low-lying valleys. Slopy, low-lying valleys located at the eastern margins of Shivalik. At the eastern margin of the margins are called eastern part. Eastern margin into eastern part करो. Eastern part is called as Dwar. जैसे कि generally you have eastern, you have like Bengal Dwar. You have Haridwar. Kot Dwar. Okay. Sloping one. This is called as Dwar. Same thing है. ये थोड़ा erosional part also inclusive here. The erosional part also inclusive here. ये erosional part जो है ना, इस पे erosion होकर deposition होता है जो sediment, that is also included here. द्वार में erosion depositional part is there. But dunes types, same type of features we call it as Dwar only. But there are a bit of depositional sediments also there. I hope you got it now. Can you look at this? मिल गया? as I was talking about these regions, and as you were talking about this जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख रीजन में, ये आपने पास के बारे में पूछा था. लेट मी टॉक टू यू अबाउट द पासेस एटलीस्ट. व्हाट आर द मेजर पासेस हियर? What are the most important passes? Note down here. You have major passes of mountain, major passes. For prelim mostly, major passes, major Himalayan passes करते हैं. Himalayan passes. पास क्या होता है? ए लो लाइंग वैली और एन इरोडेड प्लेटफॉर्म व्हिच गिव एक्सेस इफ देयर इज अ माउंटेन हियर फ्रॉम अदर साइड ऑफ माउंटेन, फ्रॉम दिस साइड टू दैट साइड, अपर अदर साइड वी कैन मूव इजीली. पास, these are low lying valley or eroded region where one side to other side, easily a person can move from one part of the mountain to other side. So ये जो पास है, पास like I told you about the पीर पंजल रेंज. पीर पंजल रेंज में पीर पंजल पास है, लद्दाख में है ना. पीर पंजल पास है. एंड आई टॉक अबाउट काराकोरम पास. काराकोरम पहले देखते हैं. काराकोरम पास, कैन यू सी इट? काराकोरम पास, कैन यू लुक एट दिस इन योर एटलस प्लीज? काराकोरम, देखिए आप काराकोरम कहाँ है? काराकोरम पास, Karakoram mountain, can you see? It is connecting Ladakh, Leh city with Yarkand in Tarim Basin. Ladakh, Leh city of Ladakh है. Leh city of Ladakh, Leh city of Ladakh with Yarkand of China. Tibet region. It connects, Karakoram Pass connects these two regions. Clear है? Karakoram Pass. Can you look at this? Karakoram. Okay. Second one, you have जस्कर रेंज में है. जस्कर रेंज के पास है जोजिला, ZOJILA, जोजिला. Can you look at that? Zojila in your atlas. Jaskar range in Ladakh. Zojila on Jaskar range. Jaskar range में है. It connect Srinagar to Leh. Leh, Srinagar. Srinagar and Leh, they are connected by this Zojila. Leh, Srinagar connected by Zojila. ले श्रीनगर, जोजिला. याद होगा क्या ये? जोजिला पास, ले श्रीनगर. ओके, सो डन. दिस इज क्लियर है सभी? मिल गया क्या? ओके. नंबर 3, नेक्स्ट पास. कश्मीर यहां से आते हैं. एक खारडुंगला पास है. डू यू नो खारडुंगला? KHARDUNGLA. खारडुंगला. Look at the Khardungla Pass. Khardungla, it is also in the Ladakh range. Khardungla in the Ladakh range. Can you find out this Khardungla? खारडुंगला इन द लद्दाख रेंज, लद्दाख माउंटेन रेंज में है खारडुंगला। यस, you know the Shyok river, Nubra and Shyok. So Leh to Kargil, Shyok Valley, or Leh to, we have like towards north Nubra Valley, this way. So this is, here is this part. Can you see that? Look at this. Locate it in your atlas, please. क्लियर? काराकोरम में एक अघिल पास है क्या? देखो, अघिल पास जो है ना, वो वहां पे अभी चाइना इज अघिल पास, फोर्थ वन आई एम गिविंग, AGHIL pass, located in the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and it is in fact is now, this region is very important because China is constructing road construction by China. अभी चाइना का उधर रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है, तो न्यूज में आते हैं, देख लो उसको. कैन यू सी दैट? You just see that all these are very important. Can you see now Banihal Pass, fifth one? कश्मीर की तरफ आते हैं, बनिहाल पास. बनिहाल, देखिए आप, बनिहाल पीर पंजाल रेंज में है क्या? बनिहाल located in the पीर पंजाल रेंज, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, दे आर जम्मू. देखिए जम्मू श्रीनगर है क्या इस पे? जवाहर टनल इज लोकेटेड हियर, है ना? बनिहाल पास, जवाहर टनल, जम्मू श्रीनगर. आप बोलेंगे सर बनिहाल पास क्या पीर पंजाल पास भी तो जम्मू श्रीनगर? यस, पीर पंजाल पुराना है ये पास, पीर पंजाल पास, ये पुराना रोड है, सबसे मुगल रोड बोलते हैं, जो जम्मू श्रीनगर. नाउ इट इज, ये क्या होता है, विंटर में बंद हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ मोर स्नोफॉल इन दिस रीजन. ओके, जम्मू श्रीनगर जाना है, बनिहाल पास देखो जाओगे तो इन द विंटर इवन देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, और एल्स यू विल फेस प्रॉब्लम बनिहाल पास में. बुर्जिल पास इज लोकेटेड इन द ग्रेट हिमालय. इनफैक्ट ये लद्दाख रीजन में है. बुर्जिल पास, श्रीनगर टू गिलगिट. दिस इज इन द ऑल्सो इन पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर में आ जाएगा ये. श्रीनगर टू गिलगिट, दिस इज बुर्जिल पास. श्रीनगर टू गिलगिट. ओके, आई होप यू गॉट इट नाउ, सम पासेस, आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू. आप बोलेंगे सर फिर और भी बताइए. जैसे रोहतांग पास है, पहले बोला था शिवकिला. नंबर 8 आइए, नंबर 8 इज रोहतांग पास. रोहतांग पास इज इन हिमाचल प्रदेश. ओके, रोहतांग पास ये तो सबसे पॉपुलर है, इज पीर पंजाल रेंज. ले टू मनाली और ले टू मंडी. It is located on Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal range में है ये. Located on the Pir Panjal range. This Rohtang Pass is in the Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal range. Very important, strategically very important also nowadays. You have another one is you have Shiv Kila. Shiv Kila कहाँ है ये? हिमाचल प्रदेश में. Okay, here this pass was developed due to this pass was developed by, it is in Himachal Pradesh, it was developed by the Satluj river due to erosion. So it connects, किस-किसको कनेक्ट करेगा? It connects Shiv Kila. किस-किस को कनेक्ट करेगा ये? Shimla with Gertok. Shimla with Gertok. Shimla in Himachal Pradesh is Gertok. Shimla and Gertok, they are connected by this Shiv Kila, Shiv Ki Pass, Shiv Kila. Done. Burjil Pass, Rohtang Pass, Shiv Kila, then we have Baralachala. कितना नंबर है ये? जो भी है, Baralachala number 10. Baralacha Pass, otherwise it is called as. This connects Manali with Leh. Manali to Leh. Baralachala, it is located in Jaskar range. Manali to Leh. A very important pass on the Himalaya in these regions you have. It is also in Baralachala, it is in Himachal Pradesh. है ना? Baralachala is also in the Himachal Pradesh area. Baralachala, it is also in Himachal Pradesh. जो जस्कर रेंज तो हिमाचल प्रदेश तक आते हैं ना यहीं पे. Then you have the pass known as Lipu Lake. उत्तराखंड में है. Located in उत्तराखंड में है लिपू लेक. This pass, this is here is towards, you can see that pass here. This is here is like Great Himalayan range में है, उत्तराखंड में है. उत्तराखंड, yes, उत्तराखंड में है ये. So this is Lipu Lake, where you can go from India here to Kailas Mansarovar. Yes, Kailas. Okay. India to Kailas Mansarovar. Okay. So आप लिख लो यहाँ way to Kailas Mansarovar. Way to Kailas Mansarovar. Lipu Lake is the way to Kailas Mansarovar. way to Kailash Mansarovar. ऐसे ही है आपका माना पास होगा, नीति पास होगा। देखिए पास में ही है, नियर बाय ओनली। माना पास एंड नीति पास दे आर ऑल्सो लोकेटेड। मानसरोवर के तरफ जाता है सेमी, माना पास, नीति पास, ओके, ये सब है। सो दीज आर हियर इन दिस रीजन्स। और क्या पास रहेगी, आपको तो इतना ही है और क्या। सिक्किम के तरफ जाएंगे तो जलीपला है, नाथुला है ना, टुवर्ड्स सिक्किम। प्लीज नोट डाउन इन दिस नाथुला, नाथुला 15, जलीपला both are in region Sikkim. So Nathula, it is in Sikkim. In fact, it is Gangtok to Chumbi Valley where you can go for. Both these, Gangtok to तिब्बत। तिब्बत को जाने के लिए, लासा जाने के लिए दोनों को दोनों है। बोथ आर फॉर तिब्बत। कैन यू सी दैट? अरुणाचल प्रदेश में यू हैव दैट इज वन बमडी पास, बमडीला, और दो पास का नाम बताते हैं, 15, 16 एंड 70। बमडीला, दिस पास इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश, बमडी पास और बमडीला, this is connects Tibet. Bamdila in Arunachal Pradesh connects Tibet. Okay, Bamdila, it connects Tibet. Pangshu Pass, Pangshu Pass, इंडिया, इट इज इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश। अरुणाचल में है क्या ये पंगशु पास? साउथ में है, टुवर्ड साउथ, मणिपुर हिल, नागालैंड हिल। लिखो पंगशु पास। देखिए पटकाई बम में है, अरुणाचल प्रदेश में नहीं। देखो तो पंगशु पास है क्या? पंगशु पास, अरुणाचल प्रदेश, इंडिया एंड म्यांमार। You have like Patkai bomb, located in the Patkai bomb mountain, located in the Patkai mountain, Patkai bomb mountain। पटकाई बम में ये मिलता है, ठीक है। इट इज इन द पटकाई बम माउंटेन, आई सेड। ओके, दिस रीजन, दीज आर सर्टेन थिंग्स। आई होप इतना पास तो काफी है आपके लिए, है ना। पीटी में आएगा तो इससे बाहर नहीं आएंगे, आपको बता दूं। वॉट एवर आई सेड, दिस मच इज आई थिंक एनफ फॉर यू। नाउ टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ ईस्ट इफ विल मूव ऑन, आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट की तरफ आइए। ये हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट, यू हैव नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न हिल बोलते हैं जो, उस पे मैंने कहा डाफला, मिरी, एबोर, मिसमी, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन। नॉर्थ ईस्ट हिमालय जो होता है ना, पूर्वांचल हिमालय इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम पूर्वांचल हिल कॉम्प्लेक्स। पूर्वांचल हिल कॉम्प्लेक्स जो होगा, जितने भी माउंटेन नॉर्थ ईस्ट में सब होगा, बट पूर्वांचल हिमालय ओनली आपका जो अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, Mizoram, Tripura, these hills in these regions are inclusive here. Okay, हिमालय का जो पार्ट है, which Himalayan finally in Myanmar it is called as Arakan Yuma. So Arakan Yuma के ऊपर जितने भी हैं, ये सभी इस पे आएंगे. Above the Arakan Yuma, all those mountains will come under this particular part. Okay. So this is Aries. Now can anyone tell me what is the significance of the Himalaya now? हिमालय का significance क्या है? What is the significance of the Himalaya? I hope let us discuss about that one. We should discuss that. मैंने एक चीज लिख ही लेता हूं थोड़ा सा. पूर्वांचल हिमालय. इट इंक्लूड्स, मैंने कहा था पहले, द डाफला, मीरी, एबोर, मिश्मी, पटकाई-बम, then you have the mountains of Naga Hill. Got it? Naga Hill. Then which one is there? Naga Hill, Manipur Hill, Mizo Hill, and Mizo Hill. Tripura तो बहुत छोटा सा हिल है वो. Mizo Hill is very important. Can you see all those things? आप अपना नॉर्थ ईस्ट का मैप थोड़ा निकालिए तो देखिए. Can you please look at this in northeastern part, northeastern हिमालय थोड़ा देखें प्लीज. northeastern part, नॉर्थ ईस्ट का जो बोला था मैं आपको पहले. Can you see, somebody asked me like sir which is the highest peak, बताया था ना आपने. मिला क्या? ये हो गया आपका सिक्किम. आप देखिए अरुणाचल प्रदेश यहाँ है. देखो डाफला, मीरी, एबोर, मिश्मी, है ना, ऐसा है ना. पाटकाई-बम, नागा हिल, मिजो हिल, Manipur Hill, then you have the Mizo Hill. चलो इसको लाइन कर देते हैं, बेटर होगा, है ना. लेट में ठीक है. अब ठीक है. डाफला, मीरी, एबोर, मिश्मी, पटकाई-बम, नागा हिल, मणिपुर हिल, है ना. ये तो है. अब देखो आप ऐसे बनाइए, मणिपुर हिल, देन मिजो हिल, मिजोरम, मिजो हिल. This is Tripura hill. ये कौन सा रिवर है? दिस इज रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र. Okay. If this is the Brahmaputra river, we can see here the other mountains also. यहाँ पे हो जाएगा आपका मिकीर. गारो, खासी, जैंतिया है ना. This is Garo, this is Khasi, this is Jaintia. Can you see these hills? Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. This is Borel range. But these are not part of the Great Himalaya. Borel range. Borel range के ऊपर आ जाएगा मिकिर रेंज. This is Mikir range. Can you draw this like, and you will get this. This is the northeastern hills, northeastern mountain and hills you have. Northeastern part. Can you see this? Mizo Hill, Blue Mountain is the highest peak there. What is the highest peak of Naga Hill? Can anyone tell me? Manipur Hill, Naga Hill? There is a very good name here. क्या नाम है? Can anyone tell me? Yes. Anyone? पाटकाई बम में है, आई थिंक the highest peak is Mount Dafa mountain. Something is there. Can you just check it out and let me know? Anyone? You got it? No response from anyone. Can anyone give me the answer, please? Formation of dunes is due to glacial action. No, no, no. Formation of dune is not related with glacial action. Please remember this. Formation of dune is not related with the glacial action. Okay. Glacial, fluvio-glacial it is. Saramati, very good. Vishwajit, Ayush, you got the answer? Formation of dune is due to glacial action. One among the action is glacial action, no doubt, but not everything. East Himalaya, are you suitable for tea, but why not West Himalaya? Very good question. Eastern Himalaya is tropical, heavy rainfall, tropical climate is good for tea. That is the cause. What is syntaxial band? Why did syntaxial band occur at the Himalayan extremities? The syntaxial band in this, ओके माउंट सारामती लिखा आपने, ठीक है, मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ अभी. सारामती इज देयर, यस. माउंट सारामती नागा हिल का है क्या ये? ओके, सारामती. एनीवे इसको थोड़ा याद कर लीजिए प्लीज. इसको मैपिंग में आप यू हैव टू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स ऑन द मैपिंग ऑल्सो. वी हैव टू सी दिस इन द मैपिंग पार्ट. माई रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू टू हैव अ ग्लैंस ओवर दिस. सिंटेक्सियल बैंड मैंने पहले कहा था इन द हिमालयन प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स टाइम. डोर स्लैमिंग इफेक्ट, आई सेड first the Himalayan, this particular part, you know, it got, रुकिए मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको, you will get to know about this, the diagram which I have drawn earlier. This one, you see, पहले यहाँ पे ये हुआ, स्ट्राइक किया, एंड हियर व्हाट, ये कहाँ क्या फॉर्मेशन हुआ? पामीर नॉट फॉर्मेशन हुआ. देन इट मूव्ड लाइक, इट रोटेट लाइक दिस. यहां से इसके बाद क्या हुआ? लेटर इट रोटेट इन दिस वे. ओके, रोटेशन से ये यहाँ पे बेंडिंग होता है, इधर थ्रस्ट ज्यादा होगा. हु आस्क्ड मी दिस क्वेश्चन, व्हाई इज सिंटेक्सियल बेंड? सिंटेक्सियल बेंड इज बिकॉज ऑफ, पहले ये इधर हुआ, देन इज बिकॉज ऑफ डोर स्लैमिंग इफेक्ट. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? डोर स्लैमिंग इफेक्ट. फर्स्ट द ईस्टर्न द वेस्टर्न पार्ट गॉट strike over these, on these the Eurasian plate. Then there is door slamming effect. This side is rotate and the plate moved in this way. This is the cause. There is a question related with this one earlier in the UPSC also. You can see that. I think you got some idea now. You got some idea about the Himalayas. At least some idea you got it now. Spend some time on these particular regions, and believe me, if you'll do, थोड़ा सा टाइम देके अगर करेंगे बहुत मजा आएगा. दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग इन फैक्ट. ओके, ऑल दीज एरियाज आर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग हियर. लेट मी नाउ आस्क यू सर्टेन थिंग्स लाइक, कोई क्वेश्चन है पूछो मुझे. नाउ प्लीज गिव मी योर क्वेश्चंस प्लीज. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन प्लीज गो अहेड विद दिस. Okay, there are different important places are here in this region. As you know, I said about the valley of Kashmir, valley of Kathmandu valley, you have Pokhara valley, you have, Nepal mein Pokhara valley. All is very important regions we have. So with the help of map, northeastern part, you got these certain things here. like how it is. आप ये देख लीजिए and believe me, if once you got a map और sketch बना के करिए. If you'll prepare more and more map and roughly, you don't have to go for like 100% कर. देखो हमारा correct नहीं है 100%, ये सब नहीं हो, but at least to some extent it is there. So it is enough. You must know the hierarchy arrangement, north or east or west or south. In the map, they in your exam they are asking questions of arrangement from east to west, north to south, etc. I hope you will able to do this. ठीक है, थोड़ा टाइम देके करिए, ये सब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ब्यूटीफुल रिवर वैलीज ऑन दिस. जैसे कि पुगा वैली है, पुगा वैली, गलवान वैली. व्हाट इज दैट पुगा वैली? पुगा वैली कहाँ है? डू यू नो वेयर इज पुगा वैली? पुगा वैली, पुगा वैली में लद्दाख में. पुगा वैली इज इन लद्दाख. रिमेंबर, here we got huge quantity of petroleum, we got natural gas and petroleum we got in the Puga Valley. Puga Valley important for geothermal energy also. Puga Valley, large potential of geothermal energy here. Sulfur, fumaroles, hot water source are there. Fumaroles, hot spring, geothermal energy, and you have also Puga Valley region. Another one is uranium from this Puga Valley. Puga Valley is known for all this. Ladakh में है Puga Valley. Puga Valley is in Ladakh, very important. Okay, Puga Valley हो गया. Galwan Valley. Galwan Valley, you know about this, near the line of actual control, located in line of actual control के पास है, line of control के पास है, line of actual control के पास है Galwan Valley. This is developed by river Galwan. This is developed by river Galwan, developed by the river Galwan. आपको बता दूं, इट इज ए गलवान वैली इज ए ग्लेशियो फ्लूवियल. पहले ग्लेशियर से बनी, लेटर विद फ्लूवियल. ओके, इट इज ए ग्लेशियो फ्लूवियल. आई सेड इट इज ए ग्लेशियो फ्लूवियल. दिस इज कंप्लीटली, इट इज ए ग्लेशियो फ्लूवियल वन. सो आई सेड, आई कैन से हियर दैट लाइक it is because of glacier as well as subsequent melting of the glacier and the fluvial action. Okay, glacial fluvial. Galwan Valley में India and China, you know, the Shyok River flows nearby, Shyok River, and there is India and China conflict and these regions, violent clashes between India and China's forces, as you know. Galwan River, which is originated from Aksai Chin, flowing toward the Shyok River के गलवान जो रिवर है, it is originated from Aksai Chin. Aksai Chin का ग्लेशियर से होते हुए it is now finally draining into the river Shyok. Shyok River drained finally into the river Indus. Okay, it is very important. Galwan Valley is there. Anyway, I got few questions of yours. Let me take that. So, where one question is actually Pamir knot is geosyncline. See, Pamir knot is not a geosyncline, it is a foreland. Foreland का मतलब क्या होता है? जो geosyncline होता है उसके बगल का जो जमीन है. So usually what happens? This got uplifted, completely got uplifted because of what? This got uplifted due to what? Due to the compression. Compression से पूरा sediment ऊपर उठ गया वो. Because of the compression, the entire sediments they got uplifted in these regions. Okay, so sediments got uplifted and this formed. So this is a plateau. In fact, this is not a geosyncline. This is a plateau. Okay. Please discuss the Mana and Niti Pass once again. Mana Pass, Niti Pass, both are in Uttarakhand, UK. From there, we have a route to Kailash Mansarovar. Okay, Mana and Niti Pass. From there to the Kailash Mansarovar route. So, from India, if you will go to Kailash Mansarovar, this is the most appropriate and desired in fact route. So it is very important for us. This is here. Okay. Now another point here about this, you have Chamba. Chamba, you know, in Himachal Pradesh, Chamba Valley you have, Kullu Valley you have, Kangra Valley you have. So these are like, you know, where it is, these are known for, you know, apple cultivation. Kangra Valley for example, धौलाधार एंड शिवालिक रेंज, धौलाधार और शिवालिक के बीच में, शिवालिक और धौलाधार के बीच में ये पूरे रीजन्स हैं. एंड दिस इज ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेस कांगड़ा वैली फॉर योर गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ एप्पल, यू नो, एप्पल कल्टीवेशन के लिए अच्छा है. सो दीज आर सर्टेन थिंग्स हियर. लाहौल स्पीति में जाएंगे आपको, लाहौल एंड स्पीति, हिमाचल प्रदेश स्पीति वैली है. सो दीज आर लाइक रीजन्स विच इज समटाइम दे कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस हियर. नाउ वैली ऑफ फ्लावर, कहाँ है वैली ऑफ फ्लावर? इन उत्तराखंड. ओके, चमोली डिस्ट्रिक्ट, गढ़वाल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है. ओके, चमोली वैली ऑफ फ्लावर गढ़वाल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, ग्रेट हिमालय और जसकार के साइड पे बीच में है ये. ऐसे हमारा वेस्ट बंगाल में है नेवरा वैली, है नौरा वैली, नौरा वैली है ना, क्या है, कालिम्पोंग के पास. यस, वी हैव where you have the Neora Valley, you know it is. So tomorrow we will discuss about all the importance of the Himalaya and all. So be alert, do study and come. Here your friend is asking, this means there are 3 passes on the way to Kailash Mansarovar. Yes, there are 3 passes but 2 are not accessible. मतलब वो बीच में जो है ना, चाइना के साथ हमारा ठीक नहीं है, नेपाल होते हुए जाएं, कैसे जाएं, वी हैव दैट डिफरेंट रूट्स. ओके, थोड़ा सा देख लो. टुडे यू जस्ट सी दिस थिंग्स, आई लेट मी गिव यू इन डिटेल टुमारो अगेन. कल फिर बैठते हैं एंड विल सी दिस. ओके, फाइन. Is it okay? So this much only. Any other question? Please go ahead. Any question from you? Any question? No question. So tomorrow I will discuss about the significance of the Himalaya. Then we'll move on to the peninsular plateau. Do study from your book, your NCERT book. कल का जो होगा सब NCERT से पढ़िए. For tomorrow, reference book is your NCERT, India Physical Setting, India Physical, chapter number 2 है ना, physiography of India, 2 or 3 whatever is the chapter, you can see. Study this peninsular plateau, Himalaya. Please do study. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.